I'm Heidi Deininger. I'm the principal at Oregon Junior Senior High School in Oregon, Illinois. We have 7th through 12th grade students here. In our school, we have 625 students. In our whole district, pre-K through 12th grade, we have about 1,200 students. We developed the profile of a graduate after digging into our data and seeing that over the last decade, only about 50% of our students are going on to post-secondary education. The other 50% were entering the workforce. So we determined that we felt it was very necessary to work with our community and our stakeholders to define what our expectations are for our students leaving Oregon Junior Senior High School to be successful and productive out in society.
We spent a year in the process of creating the profile, which included surveying on social media to former graduates and community members and parents. We also had multiple focus groups that brought in the community, stakeholders, parents, and students, and also talked to our staff about what we felt was important for our students from Oregon Junior Senior High School. When we meet with staff and students and families from the community, they talk about how there is so much more important than just English, math, and science, how it is important to talk about things like critical thinking and problem solving, leadership and collaboration. And that's truly what drew us to explore the profile of a graduate.
A previous district where we did a profile of a grad that just became something hanging on a wall that no one talked about, and I was committed to not having that happen here. If we were going to do the work of a profile of a grad, we were going to make sure that we were documenting our students' progress on those competencies that we determined to be the most important.
Pre-SpacesEDU, we didn't really have a formal way to collect their learning. Every teacher would kind of do something different. We tried to do kind of an online portfolio, but it required the students to create their own website. And that went in all kinds of different directions because I'm not a computers teacher, so there was only so much I could do.
I've done portfolios at a previous school, and when I heard we were going to do them here, I was like, oh boy, because it was a great experience for those kids, but it was such a hassle. The platform that we used it on was just not super user-friendly. We were basically building our own website from scratch using some other platform tools, and it was just such a hassle. And after getting the training from SpacesEDU, totally honest, I really thought, okay, like this could be a much better experience. This is much more user-friendly. This is much more straightforward. This is going to give our kids more time to dive into their competencies and less time focusing on how do I just set this up. And that was really encouraging.
So when I actually opened the app, I didn't realize that it would be that easy to use. I thought it would be pretty complicated actually at first sight, but as soon as I started using it, I realized this is a really easy app to use, and it looks very helpful for students to use.
My favorite part of using SpacesEDU was providing a digital platform for our students to really make the profile a living and breathing document. They were able to identify how they met competencies and then display that with photographs or artifacts that they have and really connect those competencies to what they're doing in their real lives.
So we had a goal for our freshman seminar kids that everybody would have one entry or upload per our 5 competencies by the end of the semester. And we hit an 85% mark, which for 100 freshmen to get 85 of them to have all 5 competencies covered was pretty cool. So not only did we hit the 85% mark for all of our kids at the end of first semester, but we have now transitioned into the students continuing to work on those in our Hawk Huddle, which is a half-hour advisory period the kids have every day. So to see them continue their work, and some of them at a remarkable pace, kind of shows us it's starting to get embedded.
I think my portfolio shows who I am as a person because I came up with the idea of creating a calendar with my dad so we can update each other on our schedules. By putting this in my portfolio, it shows that I'm both solution-oriented at home and at school. Building my portfolio has made me change my thinking about learning in the classroom because it's not just about my grades, but my growth as a person.
As our students graduate and leave us, I hope that they utilize the portfolio and that link almost as a living resume that they can take with them to any employer in our community.
When I'm applying to jobs, I think it'll give the employer the chance to see what I'm good at, like whether it be at coding or working or certain activities or sports. It'll give them a chance to see who I am, what I want to do with my life, but also the direction I want to go.